Welcome to our backtesting jam session. So I hope this one works. I gave it a try last time, and there was some problem with the live video here. All right, so welcome everyone. We are back with our backtesting jam session, and the purpose of our backtesting jam sessions is to get really comfortable with price action. We are testing the daily strategy. So essentially, we're looking at the daily candlestick close. And based on that, we make decisions on which direction the market will go in. And based on the market direction, we take our trades. All right, so that's what we are going to be doing. So welcome to our jam session. So get ready with your guesses, and as we go on, as we do the testing, let me know what your guess is, where you expect the price to be going next, and we'll play a little game and we'll see if we are correct or not. So just to reiterate, the purpose of this is to really get comfortable with the daily chart. And what I find is most people struggle with finding the market direction. Once we have a market direction, once we know what the market's going to be doing, it becomes easier to place our trades. And then we can, from there, figure out where the price will be going. So let's get started. And we'll take a look at, we'll take some guesses, and you can comment and let me know which direction we're going to be going, and we will take it from there. So if you could please put a comment and let me know if you are ready to get started. We had some problems with comments last time. I wasn't able to see the comments. So if you could please type something in, and I will just make sure that we are getting the comments, that I can see the comments. That way I know what's going on. All right, so let's get started here. So it looks like I'm not able to see. Actually, I'm going to give it a try. Okay, so let's get started here, and we'll see as the comments come in, because I'm not seeing anything, but let's see. Okay, so here we are. This is pound US dollar 1 hour, not 1 hour, sorry, 1 day chart. So daily chart, and we have been testing this over the last little bit. We've been testing the pound, and last time when we tested this, we were back down here into this next support and resistance area. And as we can see, price had broken through this previous level.
It's said to be over the Irish border issue.
Okay, so price had gone into our support level, and now we have a bullish pin bar. So let's take a look what happens here. We'll get going here. All right, so here we have a bullish pin bar. And what do you expect? Where do you expect the price to go from here? So let's take a look. All right, so here we have a book. All right, so it looks like the comments are not working on my computer, but I can see them on my phone. So we are good to go. So please do feel free to comment. Once we know, and we'll make sure they are. I'll make sure I can hear you guys. All right, perfect. Sounds good. So I am seeing here it's going to go up. All right, I would say the same. We have a bullish pin bar. We are into support. So looking for a price to move up higher. So the next support resistance is at 153.26. So let's see if price can get there. So John, you're with me. Schumann, yes? Okay. All right, perfect. Let's see if it goes up. It went up to the next support and resistance area, and now we have a pin bar up there. Where do we expect the price to go from here? So we did push up higher, retested the next support and resistance level, and now we have a red candle close into the bottom. Any guesses on where it's going to go next? Okay, down. I am thinking down here as well, Joel. All right, so I'm looking for price to move back lower. John says down as well. Yes, I'm looking for price to move down. Let's take a look. There we go. Price drops down here, and then pulls back up again, and it goes into this support and resistance area. We have a few different support resistance areas quite close together here, so we are getting into a zone of support here. So price drops and then pulls back up again. Now, where do we expect the price to go? So welcome everyone for joining here. So let's just dive right in and put your comments in. So we have a bullish candle close here. Price has pulled back up. So I will look for price to go back up here. But overall, the price move is to the downside. So Robert says it's about to range and fill the gap. John says goes up. Let's take a look. Yeah, so it went up a little bit. So it looks like either the data is missing here or we have a bit of a gap here. So price did go up, went and filled the gap here into the next support and resistance. Didn't completely fill the gap, but it did go up into the next support resistance area, bottom of this candle here. And now we have a bearish pin bar once again. So now where are we expecting the price to go after our bearish pin bar? All right, so with this one here, I am looking for price to drop now. So overall, this has been a big move to the downside. Price dropped, pulled back up, did a retest, dropped again, pulled back up, did a retest, and now we have a bearish candle close here as well. So the next guess, the next candle, where do we look for it? So let's say up, I would say it may go down because we have a red candle close. So let's take a look. So here it's ranging now. So price dropped and then it has closed here, closed with the bullish pin bar here. So now we are basically going back and forth. So it looks like we are in a range. And at this point, for price to really continue on, we need to see a candle close in either direction. So let's take a look here. See if we can see. So basically, I'm looking for price to go into the high once again, and we need to see a candle close on the outside of this. So either side of this for it to really continue anywhere. So let's see. So here we are, went right into the high here. Now we have a little doji. So it's a very range bound, and we need to, now where do we expect the price to go from here? Okay, yeah, so I am, range bound here. We're at the range high. I'm looking for it to go into the bottom of the range, and the price will tend to range until we see a break. So we finally see a break to the downside. And now what? So John was saying at this point I would flip a coin, and that's exactly what it is. In a range bound, we are just basically looking for price to go within the range, and then it's a toss of a coin really where it's going to break out. So usually we may have some external event like a news event or something come out that will actually pick the direction for us. So here we see that the price is broken to the downside here. And now where are we looking for? Down. A lot of people say down. Perfect. So let's take a look. I would say down as well. Now, one thing that tends to happen or can happen is price will go up into the bottom of the range and then drop from there. So overall, my bias is to the downside, but we can get a bit of a retest. So John says down, Joel says down as well. Let's take a look. Here we go. So we are retesting back. Now we are back into the middle of the range, but it hasn't closed as a bullish engulfing candle yet. So the bias hasn't changed completely in terms of our bullishness here. So now we're looking for, Danielle says we're looking for another candle to move down. Let's take a look. So it goes into the top of, towards the top of the range here, and then gives us a doji, a little pin bar here once again. So now we are still back into the range here, but it is it's not looking hugely bullish because we haven't seen a good solid bullish candle close here. Now in this case, where are we looking? Right, I will look for price to drop from here. There we go. Price drops down. So now again, we have a bearish candle close. So this is the second attempt to the downside. So Joel says looking for it to go down again. What are the guesses? Where are we looking for this to go? Yeah, John, it can be difficult when we are trading a range-bound markets because it tends to go back and forth. Sellers are strong. We're looking for bearish moves. Yep, though you guys are right. I'm looking for a bearish move down here as well. But like I mentioned, we could get a retest and then a drop. So let's take a look. But overall, the direction is bearish. Yeah. So here's our retest. Price pushes up and then drops again here. So this one, even though it does have that bullishness in the candle, it's not exactly a strong bullish candle close. So we're looking for price to drop further. So my bias is to the downside. Yeah, let's take a look. There we go. Very good. So everybody who said we're looking for it to go down, Robert, yeah, it's strong. So now where are we looking for price to go? So we have dropped, and let's zoom out here to see where we are in terms of our larger time frame. In terms of the grand scheme of things, looks like we are into the next support and resistance, and then further down here we have some support and resistance as well. So what are we looking for? Down? Yes, agreed. Yep. Time for it to go down. We have slowly been making a way to the downside. So again, we have a large candle close, and it doesn't look so large because we are it has been going down. So our scale is a little bit compressed here, but it is bearish. So I'm looking for price to drop, but again, it can do a pullback into that support and resistance area, and looking for it to go lower here. A lot of people saying down. Perfect. So let's see. Here we go. It drops a little bit, and now we have a bit of what do we say here? Sideways indecision candle here. So let's take a look. See if it will drop again, or will it go higher? Because now we finally have an indecision candle close. So this one, when we get this type of a candle, normally on a daily time frame, when we're doing live market analysis, I would just wait for price to give us direction that this is the time we go and look for a different chart to trade. So with this one, let's take a look. So it does drop a little bit, but then it pulls back. So price is getting compressed here. It's not becoming so, it's kind of like this back here where price was going sideways. So now it can either do this or it can start doing this. So now we are at this type of a stage here. Can we use oscillator indicators? You could. This one, for this particular exercise, I'm not really using any indicators. This is just a study in price action. So the idea is to just get used to completely naked charts and just reading the candlesticks. But on your charts, yes, in the live trading markets, you can use other indicators. And I'm not opposed to using indicators for confirmation purposes or anything like that. They're lagging indicators, so I don't like to depend on them, but absolutely, we can use any kind of indicators in combination. All right, so here, what are we looking for? Looking for bearish move or sideways or up. So I would say we could start getting some bullish candles here. It could go down one more here into the next support level, but I think I would start looking for price to show signs of momentum wearing off. So let's see. There we go. So price pushed up, and now we have a pin bar in the opposite direction. And now where do we expect the market to go? The sellers are still strong. Yeah, we are getting pullbacks, and that's the normal price action. The price won't just drop; it will pull back and then continue on. All right, so sideways, we're going sideways. Yep. So let's see if it will drop a bit more into the bottom of that support resistance area. Oh, pulls back up. So this is now we are looking bullish here. That's a good solid bullish engulfing candle, and it engulfs this previous price action. Now, where do we expect the price to go from here? So we have been getting we've been getting a bearish price action so far. And then we have a bullish candle close here. So in this case, we are back into this range that we had been trading in, and we are into the resistance. So here, there are a couple of different options. Either we get an indecision candle and then it drops again, and this was just a pullback. Or we get price going up again. So let's see which one here. At this point, this is where we are not too sure. I'm not too sure. So let's take a look. There we go. Price goes into the previous support resistance level, because we did have that bullish candle. So we did get that follow through. And now we have a pin bar once again. Okay. Perfect. So now where are we looking for price to go? With this pin bar here, down, yeah. So look, I'm looking for price to move lower as well. So let's take a look. So go sideways, doesn't do much, but we do get a little tiny candle. John says up. So let's take a look. Still sideways, a very tiny candle close. So now this one is sellers are keeping pressure. Robert, I agree, but it's not giving us a very strong bearish candles here. So in this case, because the overall trend is to the downside, it can drop. But if it holds above this previous level here, then chances are it could go higher as well. So let's take a look. At this point, we are kind of at that indecision stage. Price is still lower. Overall trend is bearish, but let's take a look. So we are going completely neutral. So this has been 4 days that price has just stuck here. So it's going in a completely neutral. The close and the open of the price, or open and the close of the price, are exactly at the same time. So completely neutral here. So this was, again, at this point, we would have to just look for a different chart to trade, because this one is completely sideways here. So let's take a look. There we go. So now we have pulled back into the high of the range. We have a bullish engulfing candle close, but we are into our resistance here. So overall, so where are we looking for price to go to here? So with this one here, it's at an interesting point. So we're into the high of the range. We have a bullish engulfing candle close. For it to truly be a trend continuation to the upside, now that we are making higher lows and higher highs, it has to close on the other side here. So I would look for a bit of a follow through to the upside here. Let's take a look. So we have combination. Yeah, this one is a little confusing because it's not very clear. So right now, because we do have bullish engulfing candle close, I would look for a bit of a follow through, but it could get stuck at this support resistance because it is a strong support resistance. So let's take a look. There we go. So we get that follow through on that. We get another bullish candle close here. Now, where do we expect it to go? So since it is a bullish candle close, I will look for another follow through to the upside. Now we're looking for price to go into this support and resistance area where price had done a retest to drop. John says, you're going to bet the farm. All right, let's take a look. I would say it would go up here as well into the next support and resistance. Okay, Julian says up, and John says up as well. Let's take a look. Ooh, we did not go up from there. Instead of going to the next support resistance area, we have dropped. So here we go. Now we are looking for, so here we have now a reversal candle essentially. So we had a bullish candle and now we have a bearish candle that is the same size as the previous candle. So this is called a railroad reversal pattern. So now we're looking for price to, where are we looking for price to go? John, lost the farm? Yes, you did lose the farm, my friend. And now do you have a chicken or something else to bet on this one? Okay, so now we're looking for, because we have a bearish candle close here, Joel saying resume the uptrend. I'm not sure about that because we do have this bearish reversal pattern here. So I'm thinking that it may drop a little bit back into this next support and resistance area here. Let's see. There we go. It dropped a little, didn't quite reach that. So there's no strong confirmation either way, but we are getting red candles. So no, that's good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Perfect. So now where do we expect it to go? We have two. It is still in indecision phase here because overall we're in this starting to be range bound here. I would look for price to drop a little bit back into this support and resistance area. So let's see if we can get that. There we go. We are back here and we are still not getting any kind of strong candlesticks in terms of our direction. So see how where we had strong candles here and it pulled back, dropped again, pulled back, dropped. Now we're not getting quite strong candlesticks. We are into the next support and resistance area. What do we have here? So in terms of the comments, so I think I may be getting them late because they're not showing up, and this was the problem we were having with our live session yesterday as well. They are showing up, but they may be showing up late because I'm looking at them on my phone, and my computer here does not show me any comments. So they may be a little bit delayed. But keep putting them because we're still playing the game here. Okay, so at this point, where are we looking for? So Robert says sellers are getting higher highs, prepping for new lows. Let's take a look. Resume uptrend. John says up again. With this one, we would need to see how price reacts to this support level here. So we do have a bit of a downtrend here coming into support. And if the price does not clear this area, then it could go up higher. So at this point, since we still have a bit of a downtrend, I'm looking for price to retest this level here. So let's see if we can get that retest. And if not, then it could, if it gets stopped here, it could just go up higher. So this would be a bit of a toss up. Let's take a look. There we go. It stays up. So it hasn't been able to cross this area to the downside. So now we have a big, John says big move coming up. You know what? We are making lower highs, higher lows and higher highs here. And we have a bullish candle close. So this one is engulfing. It engulfs this previous couple of candles here. So it can definitely eat the stop loss before we resume higher, but because we have a bullish candle close and closes right into the top of the candle here, I would look for price to move up higher. So let's see if we get that move higher. Not quite. It just pushed up tiny little bit and got stuck right into that support resistance level right up there. So with this one, we have indecision candle. Really, it's really tiny. So we are going sideways. Yeah. So we're trying to break above here. Still not a fully bullish signal, but it is trying to go higher. I'm still looking for price to go and test this high, this previous high here. So let's take a look. Now we have a bearish, finally have a bearish candle close. This one is a solid bearish candle close. And as we can see, after all of this sideways move, this is the first strong bearish candle that we have seen. Now, where do we expect the price to go from here? Go up. or actually this may be a late comment or not. So we have the bearish candle close here. Where do we expect the price to go from here? Let's take a guess here. Sellers are rejoicing. Yes, Robert. So prices have been pushed down here. Sellers are back. Julian says down. Joel says up. John says down. All right. So let's take a look. So we have, we have two parties going on here. All right. So let's take a look. So I would say price would go down. We do need to clear the support level. We do have a double top here. You're right. So we have a lot of supporters of down. Yes, let's take a look. Having trouble still looking or breaking this, but we have a tiny candle, so there's a bit of a pullback. The bias is still to the downside. So let's take a look. And it drops a bit, goes into the next support and resistance level, this little pin that I was looking at, but it does not close below. So we are into choppy market conditions. So this is if you take a look here, this is our range bound move. Price has been ranging for last 2-3 weeks right into this support and resistance area. Yes, a big fight going on between buyers and sellers here. Now we have a bullish candle close here, and we are right into our resistance. So here, with this kind of candle close, what do we do in under live market conditions? So in this type of a circumstance, I would look for price to react at this level here. So we are looking bullish here, but we are into this resistance where price got stuck. See, right here. So under live market conditions, I would look at a smaller time frame. And instead of placing pending orders with this type of a move, I would trade it more live. I would do market orders, and then I would look to see where price stays. So if price goes and breaks through this level and holds above, then I would be looking for price to go higher. But if it gets stuck here, let's say on a 15 or 1 hour time frame, we get a bearish candle here, then I'd be looking for price to drop. But overall, we are in a range bound market. So in a range bound market, when price goes into the high, we would look for price to drop back into the bottom of the range. So let's take a look here. But we have to see a break on either side of the range for it to be for it to show us any kind of direction. So let's take a look here. Now we have a big solid candle close. We're into the next support and resistance area. Now we are looking bullish. So Joel, you're correct. You have got a bullish candle close. Now what do we do? I'm guessing up. All right, so we are into this resistance here. This resistance was a significant resistance level here where price dropped from. So I would say bullish as well. I'd be looking for a bullish follow through up to the next level, but we would have to be careful with this one because we could get stuck here. But overall, I do like the bullish move here. So let's see if we can get up. It does not. So this is what happens. It is not a bearish confirming candle at this point. It could just be a pullback into the previous level here. But what I've noticed is when price does this and comes back into this level, price generally shows us it will have trouble going through that area. So at this point, it's not completely bullish. It's not completely bearish. It's sort of a half a candle. So let's see where we go from here. So we're saying down. So this one is holding up above. So in this case, what we are getting here is price was range bound and comes out of the range, pulls back into the top of the range here, and now we have a bullish candle close. We are still not clear of this resistance level here. So I would be looking for a follow through to the upside, but I would be very careful with this one because price could get stuck again at this level and give us a bearish candle. So this one would be a toss up. And again, this is when I would go to a different chart to find a better trade setup. But it is overall looking bullish. It's holding above the previous range. So I would be looking for a bit of a follow through here. Okay, we're still sideways. There we go. So now we're looking bullish here. And what do we expect here? We have cleared our range. Now we have redone the test. We have tested, we have held above, and now we are going up. So now we have a bullish candle close. I would look for price to go into higher here, into this next support and resistance. We are making higher lows and prices pushing up, higher highs, and now looking for higher. Julian says higher as well. I would be looking for price to go into the next support and resistance. Have a bit of a pullback here, so still looking for price to move higher. And we are back again. So this is very kind of choppy market here. We have a bearish candle. So now I will look for price to come down once again, to retest this level once again. And if it holds above here, then we are likely to continue another leg higher. But if it closes back into the range, we are likely to come back down. So let's take a look. So it holds above the range. Let's see if we can actually get a trend going here, looking for up. Joel says, I will look for up as well. And let's see if the price pushes higher. Now we have a bit of a head and shoulders here. We have this high.